guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. I thought I'd do a quick and easy transition into fall look. This is my favorite time of year. I've already started burning the pumpkin Bath & Body Works candles. I've already started taking out my fall decor. So I was a little bit inspired and wanted to do something quick and easy for fall. So if you want to know how I got this look, just keep watching. Okay, I'm going to start by priming my eyes with the Kat Von D High Voltage Eye Primer. Next, I am going to go in with the Violet Voss Laura Lee palette. It was their collaboration together. I think it may already be sold out, so I apologize that I'm using a palette that is not a permanent item, but I'm going to go in with the transition shade of Mama Bird right there. Okay. We're going to take the color Rammer Jammer. It's a real pretty cranberry color. It's perfect for fall. It reminds me of Thanksgiving. It's that color right there. And that's what's going to go on our outer and inner lid. So I'm just going to take some on just a Sigma shader brush. This is the E60. So we're going to go ahead and put this on the outer lid right there. I can't believe that fall is already here. And then go ahead and grab some more. Put it on your inner lid right there. Okay. Build it up the way you want. If you want more color, grab some more. Pack some more on the outer and on the inner. I'm going to put a little bit more on just so that it makes the middle, the shade we're going to place in the middle of the lid so that it makes it pop a little more. For those of you with like hazel eyes, green eyes, these cranberry shades really make your eye color pop. So I do really like using these colors because it brings out my eye color that much more. So I'm going to take some more on that brush and I am going to go ahead and now put it, connect those two, the outer and the inner colors that we just placed. So just pack it on kind of like in a little C motion. Don't take it up into your crease, just take it up to right at the edge of your crease. Still leaving that space open in the middle of your lid. You're not going to have a lot of space open, but you're going to have a little bit. And the shade we're going to place in the middle, we're going to blend it into this cranberry color. So you don't need a lot of, you see just a little bit of space right there. So there's not a whole lot. I'm going to work on the other eye and I'll be right back. Okay, it's time for the color in the middle of our eye. Same palette. I'm going to use the shade Tickled Pink. And it's going to be this color right there. It's called Tickled Pink. It's got a real slight hint of pink. It's a very shimmery color. It's very, very pretty. It'll stand out well against this cranberry. I'm going to take the MAC 239 flat shader brush. Just grab some on there. And same thing with this. You're going to put it on. If you want more, you're just going to build it up. So I'm just going to place it right there in the middle, in that bare little section that we left on the lid. Blend it up into the cranberry. Once I've put it on, see like on my left eye I have a little too much of that Tickled Pink. I'm going to come back in with a little bit of the cranberry and blend it on top of that pink. So it almost just, it's seamless. It blends in perfectly. Perfect. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and work on the lower lash line. I'm going to add that cranberry color also in Rammer Jammer. Grab a little bit on a, I to be honest don't even know what this type of brush is called. It's just a square flat top brush and it's what packs the best color for me. find that when I put color on my lower lash line, because I have contact lenses, it's almost like the eyeshadow, the powder kind of kicks into my eye, and it just irritates my eyes so much. And so I have to be careful that I don't get too much in there, and this brush helps, I guess, alleviate that. So, okay. Also, adding this to your lower lash line, again, for those people with green eyes, hazel eyes, putting this on your lower lash line just helps your eye color just stand out that much more. Now I'm going to go back in with that tickled pink shade, and I am going to place that in my inner corner, right there. Place as much or as little as you want. I tend to get it down here. I mean, concealer will cover this, but I'm a little messy, and it always gets right down there into my under eye, but that's okay. Okay, with that same brush, I grab a paper towel, the brush I just used, just rub it on that paper towel. There's not a whole lot of product on the brush, so I can get away with doing that, because this is the same brush I am going to use for my brow bone. And I apologize if I didn't tell you what type of brush this is. It's a real dense eyeshadow brush as well, but it's the Sigma Eye Shading E55. I'm going to go in with the shade Sugar from that same palette, right there, and that's what's going to go on my brow bone. We're going to go ahead and go in with eyeliner using the Tarteist. The Tarteist clay paint liner. We're done with the liner. Now I am going to do a wing. What I do is I grab my paper towel, I grab my liner brush, I set my brush in there, I cover both sides, and I slide off what I just used, the product that was just used for my liner. And what that does is it smushes my bristles together so that it makes it, see, the bristles aren't all loose. And so that helps give me the better winged liner, because I can just place my line and then it makes it easier to just grab and connect. So. Okay, let's move on to lashes. Because we're going to do false lashes, we're going to put just the smallest amount of mascara, and I do that just so that my lashes will blend pretty well with the false lashes. If I don't use mascara, then I can almost see like the separation of my lashes and then the false lashes. So I'm going to use Urban Decay Perversion Mascara. It's just a trial size. Just coat your lashes, you don't need to do a whole lot. And again, it's whatever works best for you. So if this doesn't work for you, then you can skip this step. So these are Ardell lashes. I've used them before, so that's why they're not in their package. They're the Hollywood Glamour lashes. I'm not as crazy about these. I love the Demi Wispies. The band was a little bit thicker, so it almost hurts my eye a little bit during the day, like I can feel it. But I don't want them to go to waste. And so I like to use the Kiss lash glue. I like it because it has like a little wand applicator, and I like that better than the little squeeze tube. I can get the perfect amount that I want onto the lash band, and I get this at Walgreens. I think they're like $5. So let's go ahead and apply the lashes. Once you've applied what you feel is enough, I try to get quite a bit on the ends of the lashes. I don't know if you can see that. And then, you know, sufficient in the middle, but especially on the ends, because I've had it happen before where I'm out and, you know, you're at dinner or whatever, and you look in the mirror and the corner's like popping off, and so I don't carry the lash glue with me. Kudos to those of y'all that do, because I need to start doing that. And so I let it get a little bit tacky. So I hold it for just a little bit. Now, some people don't like to use tweezers because the risk of poking your eye. I do use tweezers because it gives me a more precise application. I use the lacrosse tweezers that are almost a little bit more pointy and sharp. And so if you're unsure, I wouldn't suggest using them. You don't want to poke your eye. You can scratch your eye. Let's go ahead and apply this. What I do is I set it on the middle and then I work my way out and then in. So you don't have to get the whole thing to stick perfectly on your first try or as you first set it down. So let's get this thing on. So see, okay, I set it in the middle. The outer and the inner are still, you know, they're not there. So I grab that and set it where I want it to go. Since it's tacky, it's sticking very, very easy. In fact, it's sticking on my tweezers. So sometimes the glue will get on your tweezers. Slide it off, get it off with your finger or a paper towel or something, because since it's now tacky, it'll pull the lash right off when you're trying to move your tweezers. So I still need to grab that inner corner and put it in. So you see, you can see the glue along the band. That'll dry. It goes clear. You won't be able to see it here in a few minutes. I always go back and double check that everything is where it should be, that it's secured well, that it's not sticking up, popping up. And you're done. Lashes are on, we're good to go. Let's move on to the face. I'm going to use the Becca Backlight Priming filter to prime before we add our foundation. Make sure your hands are clean. Of course, you never want to be rubbing your face. Dirty hands. Moving on to foundation. Today I'm going to use the Koh Gen Do Aqua Foundation. I am in the shade 123. This one's a little bit lighter, so for those of y'all that, you know, prefer heavier coverage, I don't think you'll like this one. It's a little bit more sheer. It's also a dewier coverage. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Urban Decay Optical Blurring brush. Not blush, sorry, it's brush. And just to let you know, this one's on sale right now on Sephora.com. I want to say it's like $13, so they're obviously getting rid of it. Go ahead and blend that in. Done with foundation, let's move on to concealer. I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape Contour Concealer. Just pat a little concealer under your eye there. I'm going to use the Sigma 3D HD Kabuki brush to pack that on. You're done with concealer. Let's move on to brows. Using my Anastasia number 12 brush with the spoolie on one end and the angled bristles on the other, and the Makeup Forever Aqua Brow in the shade 30. I'm going to go ahead and fill in my brows. Grab the tiniest bit, and I start working kind of like 1/4 to 1/2 of the way in so that it puts a lot of the product on the bushier side of my brow so that it's easier to maneuver, and then I take it to the front so that the front is where I have, it's a little more bare for me. It's where I have less, I guess, hair, and so blend that in once you've applied the product kind of to the middle of your brow, and then it just blends in really nicely. Okay, our brows are done. Let's go ahead and move in with bronzer. I'm going to use the Nars Laguna bronzer. I have hit pan. I'm almost out. Moving in with highlight, I am going to use the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the color Opal with the Anastasia highlight brush. This is the number A23. Take as much as you want. I go heavy on the highlight. Some people like a little more subtle look. Take it subtle. If you don't want much, just, you know, tap it in. If you are new to the Becca products, when you dip your brush in, a lot of product comes out on your brush. So if you're looking for a light hand, just really, you know, just dab it in there real light. I like a lot, and I will go into this probably 2 or 3 times. So I put this on the high points of my cheeks, and I take it up into my temple. Just a little down your nose, and then I like to put more on the tip of my nose. Buff it out a little bit, wipe it off a little if it's too much. Right, let's go in with blush. Again, I am using another Becca product. This is in the shade Blushed Copper. With this particular color, with the Blushed Copper, you don't want to grab a lot onto your brush because a little bit is enough for both cheeks. I have gone way too heavy-handed with this one and I regretted it. So just grab a little bit, place a little bit under that highlight, dot it like that. See, and a lot of product comes off. So once you've placed that product, now you can work on blending it. Today I'm going to use the Lorac highly pigmented lipstick in the color Girl Next Door. This is what they look like. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was quick and easy. I hope it was easy to follow. If it's not, or you feel like I could do something better to help you out, please let me know. Just notate it in the comments and I will definitely implement that if possible into my next video. Before we end, I want to give you all, leave you all with the verse of the day, which today is going to be Joshua 1:9, which says, "Be strong and courageous. Don't be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." I hope this gives you encouragement for the day, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thanks for stopping by.